guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So today we are going to be doing a lovely little mini journal. So if you saw my video on Saturday, I made these lovely little mini embellishments to go, you know, as little toppers or in your journals, or you know, all sorts of things you can use them for, and they're just beautiful. I absolutely love them. So I'm going to be using this one. I did say I was going to make a little journal, and I thought today would be a good day to start the week off. I do like my little mini things. So I've got some scrap paper, I've got a little bit of lace. Whether I'm not going to embellish it too much, I just want to make a little journal. So I've got some of this. Maybe I'd sort of enhance the cover a little bit, but I am going to sew them in, and I'm going to just sew them in with a little bit of thread. Whether I use wax thread, I don't know, it depends how big it's going to be, but I also have some just sort of like white thread in there as well. So that's the bits that I've got, but a little bit of scrap paper is great for making these little journals. Now this isn't scrap, this is one of the little postcards from New Beginnings kit, and I just thought that would look lovely as the front, but it's not big enough. I wanted to just make that round, but that's going to make it too small. So I might have to just add a little bit to this, but I picked this because I like the way the roses are at the top and the bottom, although I will probably end up covering them up because I just wanted to add, you know, a little bit of lace or something in there as well. I'm not quite sure. Well, that might work. That might work. So I'm just going with it today, as we do. I'm just not quite 100% sure what I'm going to do, but oh, that looks quite nice, doesn't it? This is just sort of like a half a doily thing. Right, let's do that in a minute. But I would like that. Do you think that's going to be a nice front cover? So it's not mini, but I think it would have to sort of bend there. And then we'll just add a little bit. I'm going to try and make this as simple as possible, but you know what it's like. We try and make things simple and we get a little bit complicated, and it doesn't have to be complicated. So that's sort of like the size of the journal. Shall I measure it? So it's going to be roughly just over 2.5 inches by just under 3.5 inches, which is roughly just under 7 centimeters and 8.5 centimeters. So roughly that size. And then what I'm just going to do is I'm not going to use all of these papers. I'm just going to use some of them. I want to make this back piece just a little bit bigger. So we just need to add, well, actually what I could do, I could do that and attach it, and then we could have just like a little pocket in there, couldn't we? Because we like a little pocket. That's what I'll do, and then we have the little forget-me-nots at the back. Okay. I do like to just sort of make things up as I go along, which is quite a good thing to do, I think. We're going to use a little bit of 3-in-1. I'm going to add just a bit of glue down this side, along there. And then we will just stick this on. Should I have it a bit bigger? No, I'm going to have it like that, the same size. Oops, stick to my desk. Okay, and then we can just tear this off. Should I turn it off? Yes. We don't need to tuck it in anywhere. It's not going to be a big thick journal, it's just going to be just a little one that you could probably just pop into your other journals maybe, or just keep. Look at that, that's beautiful, isn't it? I do like little journals, and then we've got like a little pocket in there. Let's just ink this up. It's one of those days that I just want to sort of make something, and we're so busy at the moment, guys, because it's Friday freebie this week is 250, so we are in the middle of making just a bit of a bigger Friday freebie for you this week. So that's taken up quite a bit of time, so I'm just sort of like, although I want to be in my craft room, you know, I've got other things I should be doing. So Andy at the moment is sort of like downstairs sorting some bits and pieces out. So it's very exciting, guys. It's very exciting. So I'm going to, what should we do with this? This is beautiful paper. I think this is one of the papers from the Ko-fi. I'm going to just tear this down, but I just maybe a little bit bigger, like that. Fold it in half. Oh, I don't think I tore that very well. Look at that. It's a bit wibbly wobbly. Pop this in. Like that. I'm going to just just tidy it up a little bit. So again, get your scrap pieces out, because we do like to have a scrap time, don't we? Like that. Now I'm going to just take, as you can see, I've got tons of paper here. I don't want to use all of it, but I do want to use some plain paper to go in it as well. I love this one. Let's put you in there. Let's put you in there as well. Oh my gosh, let's do this one. This way. Just take this bit down. Take this bit. There we go. Fold that in half. Oh my gosh, these are so wobbly. Open it up. Let's put you in there like that. You can go in there like that. That can go in there like that. I need one more. Shall I have one more piece in there? I don't want it to be too chunky monkey. Do we? What else have I got? What's this piece? Oh, that's lovely. Maybe we'll have that in the middle. Or we could have that big butterfly in the middle, couldn't we? That's what we'll do. That's lovely. I'm going to make the middle bit just slightly bigger. So let's just go down. Oh, I think this is printed on a little bit thinner paper. So let's just fold that in half. Fabulous. That can go in there like that. That can go in there. That goes in there. And that goes in there. There we go. Then I'll just pop some plain in between. And that's the middle. Oh, how lovely. Right, these little bits can go to the side. And we need to add. This has already got a fold line down it, so I'm just going to tear that in half. Like that. Fold this one in half. This is going to be a lot bigger. I don't really want it too much bigger than that, do we? Should we just tear that off? Let's put that on. A little bit straight, little bit wonky. Again, if you like to have things, you know, nice and straight and neat and tidy, then, you know, cut it with the with your little paper cutter. But I don't mind. I quite like it if it's a little bit wibbly wobbly. Let's just eyeball this one. I'm going to do that. And we just take that down. So guys, have you had a nice weekend? I didn't ask you, did I? Did you have a good one? What did we do? Oh, I've got such backache. I have done the garden this weekend. We've got the smallest little garden, but it's lovely. We love it. But when you're starting lugging flower pots and stuff around, you know, it's not good. So I've got a bit of a backache today. I didn't sleep very well last night. But then that's my fault, isn't it? Let's just tear this down. But the garden's looking nice and neat and tidy. We've moved the barbecue over. nice lot of room in the middle for me to do some paper, to tea stain some paper, which I will, you know, when this wind has dropped, I will do that. Oh, look at that. There we go. Look at this lovely little journal. That's perfect, isn't it? I like that middle one being that little bit bigger. I think that looks nice because I like things a little bit offset. Oh, look at that. Oh, I like that. Look at that in the middle. I think this would be nice to put little photographs in. And then you can little bit of writing space. Every other page is a little writing one. And I think, gee, will look beautiful just set on the front. Right, let's do a little bit of inking. Shall I grunge it up a little bit? Well, not, I don't mean grunge it up, but just distress it just a tiny bit. Like that. Just a tiny bit. Little bit of ink. Drop that on. I've got another busy week. Oh, I sorted out my lawyer thing, which is costing an absolute fortune. What happened was I was sent a bill for EVA, which is VAT, and it was from nearly 15 years ago. Now, I don't know why, you know, I'm one of those that has to pay a bill. If you've got it, I don't like being in debt at all. It scares me. So that's why I had to, my accountant said I have to go, you know, you've got to take this to the, you know, you're a lawyer, because it's ridiculous. That should not be. That's way too overdue anyway. You know, they can't start billing you after 15 years. But apparently they can. But, you know, I thought I had paid everything. They've never asked me for any money before. So, you know, it's just, but I've had to pay it. And it's just very stressful. But, you know, that's the way it goes. If I owed money and they told me in the beginning, then I would have paid it, you know, 15 years ago. I've always paid my VAT and IRS and everything. I've never not paid it. But they've obviously found something that I owe them. And it's not hundreds, it's actually thousands. And it's just the scariest thing ever. But, you know, we get through it. Andy says, we'll get through it. We always do. So, you know, one of those things, guys. Oh, and another thing. My bank, I think somebody tried to hack my bank account, which was another thing last week, which was very stressful as well. So, oh, it's all happening. But I think I've sorted that out. I did go on Friday to the bank and, you know, stopped all my cards and everything. So, oh, it's all or nothing, isn't it? But we're getting there. We'll, you know, we'll do it. We'll do it. Just need to work a bit harder. Put a few more kits out, guys. And if you're watching the video, please watch all of it, all the way to the end. Or if you don't want to watch all the way to the end, just you know, keep playing it and go and do your housework or something, because you know, the longer you leave the videos playing, you know, it's better for me. But anyway, this is a new week. This is a new week and it's a new start. So we'll just, you know, work our way through it, don't we? So there we go. Right, ink tap. And then we don't need to talk about anything like that again. Hopefully it will, and we'll just keep going, keep working hard. There we go. I like the little bit. I quite like that sort of grungy sort of look on there. That's quite nice, isn't it? Maybe I should have done it so the pocket's here and not on the inside. Because that's not really going to get much in that pocket, are we? Don't think I can now make a little dent in that, can I? Don't think that's going to go through unless I just sort of cut it just a little bit. Cut a little moon, half moon in there. Oh, it's not the best. It's not the best, is it? We might be able to fit something in there. If you're going to do it, I would probably put the pocket on the outside, like that, and glue this bit down this way round, and not the way I did it, and then you've got the pocket in the back. That would probably be a lot easier. But I suppose I could put, these little things will fit in, won't they? You can get something in there, that's okay. Lovely. Right, before I sew it all together, let's do the front, shall we? I don't think this is going to take that long to make, actually, guys. I've got my little fairy girl on there, which I just love. Oh, I need to put a closure, so I need to put this on. That's why I took this out. This is just seam binding, and I haven't done anything to it. It's just white, so I've just sort of like wrinkled it up like that. And I quite like it white because this is white. I didn't want to use any sort of like coffee stained or anything. I could have, maybe I could use the purple. I could use the purple because I got a bit here. What do you think? What do you think? Let's have a little look. Let's undo this a little bit. We might look better with purple, but then again, what do you think? On there. That's quite nice. Purple or white? Oh, decisions. I might use the purple because this is going to go on there. And then we can have, I'm going to have to stick this on first. Right, let's just have a think. Let's just put this on. Let's open this up. Like that. Put that down. Snip that little bit off. And then I would put this on. Quite like that to sort of hang down. Probably don't need all of that. But that could like sit on there. That sort of come down. That comes round. I don't think we really need all of that. That just needs to sort of go to the top, doesn't it? Or should I put this on afterwards? Should I sew it on together and then do this? What will be easier? Oh my gosh, I'm just confusing myself now. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to just sew this together. And then I'm going to just maybe add a little pocket or something into each little thing. Not these bits, but maybe a little something in each one. That's what we'll do. We'll do the outside last. Let's just do this. Right, let's get myself, make sure these are sort of in the middle and up the right way. That can go on there, like that. Yeah. These on, put this one on top, like that. Oh, it doesn't really matter if it's a bit wibbly wobbly, I'm not really bothered, like that. Okay, it'd just be quite nice to have these sort of like a little bit sort of symmetrical, but I don't think it's going to be, is it? Right, let's get a couple of my little pegs that will fit on there, like this. So go on. Oh, I've got to go and have my car inspection on Friday as well. I mustn't forget that, and I'm sure I've got a dental appointment at some point. Andy went today, and I meant to ask him to ask when mine was. So I need to give them a quick call today at some point. Oh my gosh, look at that. I'm going to get ink everywhere. Oh, so clumsy. Right, that's the middle. Make sure, let me just have a little peek, just to make sure I've got them up. Not that they really matter up the right way, just the ones that we're writing on. Okay. 2 little ones there. Let's take our little awl. Just pop a little. It's going to go through in the middle. What do you reckon? That's the middle. Sorry, little butterfly, I'm going to stab you in your belly. Pop you through there. Pop you through there. Okay. 3 little holes. Pop that to the side. I think I need to get a smaller needle. Okay, let's get this. I think my other needles, they were just too big. I think that's probably a better size, isn't it? And I'm going to just use a little bit of actually I've got these, actually these are embroidery thread. I think I'm going to go with this colour. It's like a little brownie colour, which is quite nice. Are the same? I think it's pretty much the same, isn't it? Unless I go for purple. Where's that? No, I think I'm just going to go for sort of like this little beigey colour. Let's put that to the side. Let's use this. I think this is, I'm not quite sure what this is. I think that's like a cottony one, but I think I'm going to go for beige instead of the white. Or should I go for the white? I should go for the white actually, shouldn't I? Because this is going to be white on there. Yeah, decisions. Should go for my first choice, really. That was my first choice, wasn't it? This seems quite strong. I don't know where I got this from. So let's just take 3 lengths of our little journal. Pop this through here. Like that. Now I would like the little, no, I'm going to put it on the inside. If you want to dangle things from the outside, start from the outside. But if you want to sort of like tie it and do it dangle from the inside, start from the inside. Pop that through. Pop that there, down through the middle. Oops. Need to pull you this side. Down through there. Oops. There we go. Lovely. Put that over there. Take these off. And then we're just going to put one little one side of this little middle bit, and then just tie a little knot. Like that. And again, just a little double knot. There we go, and that's on the outside. Yes, white was a good choice. So we could have a little dingly dangly off there. Oh, that looks really nice. That looks really pretty, doesn't it? So before we do the front, shall we just add a few little pockets in here? Let's put these bits, let's make myself some room. Shall we have a little pocket like this? That's too wide, isn't it? Oh, let's go this way. That's perfect fit, look at that. Let's snip a piece off. Like that. And then I'm just going to glue just a little pocket on the inside. Perfect size. I'm going to do that. Oops, put my book on top of that. I'm going to do this. Like that. Just a little bit of glue gun. Wibbly wobbly. Wibbly wobbly. Pop that on. There we go. Little pocket. See, doesn't have to be complicated. Just a little pocket. This can be, maybe I'll pop a little something on there. That can be one for writing on. This can have, what should we put on here? Let's just use the pieces that we've got here. Got another little pocket. So these can be little pockets. Do we want a pocket or do we want a tuck? So we don't want that going the other way. We want to have, what's this? Let's just have a little tuck. What should we do? What should we do, guys? Should we do something a little bit? Let's take this. Let's do, I'm going to just tear that down. We don't need all of that. I'm going to tear that in half. Then I'm going to go in. Like that. And then this can go on there. Like that. And we have a nice little sort of pattern, so we can just draw around that because we want a nice little shape pocket. Oopsie daisy. Just make a little template and then we can just cut into this, and then we've got a nice little shaped tuck there. There we go. It's got a bit of pencil mark on it, but we can ink that away. There we go. Just so we haven't got like a straight pocket. Straight tuck, I mean. Look, that's just like a little tuck in there. And that looks really nice, doesn't it? So you've got, I don't know whether that's going to be too big, but you just got a little tuck. And it's a little bit different, isn't it? So let's just take this. Obviously these can be big, small, but it's just the sort of little idea of cutting the little opening bit so it looks pretty. Oops, pop you on there. There we go. That's pretty, isn't it? Should we have a little bit of something on there? Just a little bit of lace. Tiny bit of lace. Just on there. Because we've got the fairy on the front, we want it to look sort of pretty inside, don't we? Tiny little bit of lace on there. That's lovely. This side, where's that? We could have this one on this side the other way, couldn't we? Or even that way. No, I think I like this one. Make this one just a little bit bigger. That on there. There we go. So it's sort of like the opposite. Lovely, I like that. Little bit of glue. There we can't sit for very long actually, guys, either, because my poor back. I really need to sort of have a bath, I think. Sit in the bath and relax my back. Actually, I've got one of those sort of wheaty bags that I might get and put on my back as well. Don't know whether you guys suffer from back pain. There we go. So that's another little tuck. I like that. And I think we need something on just this little tip here. Have I got anything? I need like a little... Oh, look, I got these little gem things. These are the heat ones. The little... But I think I can probably just glue that on with a little bit of lace. That's what we want. Let's take that off. Yes, nice little relax with my wheaty bag. Let's just stick that on, it's a bit too big. Put this on, a little bit of glue. A little bit of that. If I take this, should have enough of the glue on there. There we go. Look at that. Just a little bit. Just a little bit of something. Let's go this side. We don't want that one. Let's get some of these out of the way. I've used this purple in here, haven't I? So maybe I could do a little pockety tuck thing like this. Let's come up. Like that. Little shape on there. And that can just be in there for another little tuck. Lovely. Right, bit of glue. Oh look, I've just blocked it everywhere. So what's your plans for the week, guys? Anything exciting? Did you have a nice weekend? Did you get all your bits done that you needed to get done? There we go. Back to work? Are you guys back to work? Or what else you do? Look after your grandchildren? Do you do that? I would love to look after my grandchildren, but they just live just that little bit too far away. Which is the front? Don't really matter. Gosh, I would be crafting with them all day, I think. We'd have so much fun, but they are here for the summer, so I'm looking forward to that. How lovely is that? This is just so simple. So simple. Ooh. Little gluey bits. It's a tiny little bit. That's not really... I suppose we could have the little up tucky bit, couldn't we? But what else could we put on there? We've got this little bit, and that's the other side of that. Little double pocket. Or should we have a little bit of flowers? Should we have a little bit of brightness onto this one? Oh gosh, don't stick. There we go. Let's have a little bit of this on here. Let's take our ruler. What did I do with that? Oh no, actually maybe... Oh yeah, I'll have a fabric pocket on this one. I think I'll put this one on here. Let's just tear this down to the right size. And that's about right. Tear that across, and should we just cut it out with a little punch? Oopsie daisy. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. I don't really need to use this. I could just use my tacky glue, couldn't I? Don't really want to waste my 3-in-1 if it's just paper to paper. There we go. Lovely. Do you know, I'm going to put a little bit of something along the bottom. What have I got? What's this little bit? Might have to use this again, because this is just like the right size, isn't it? I'm going to just snip a little piece off. Got my glue under my nose, don't need that. Let's just give it a little scruff up like that. Just pop that along here. So if you're new to my channel, I use 3-in-1 glue, I use tacky glue, and I use my glue gun. This one I use for putting fabricy bits on to paper. This one is paper to paper, and the glue gun one is more for heavier things. So I'll use the glue gun to put the embellishment on the front of the cover. So if it's got, oh, what do I do with it? Oh, here she is, because she's quite heavy and quite thick, so a little bit of glue gun is a lot stronger than just sort of like tacky glue. But if you've got tacky glue, only got tacky glue, that's lovely, use that, but make sure you leave it for a little while to harden properly, or dry, should I say, dry properly. Okay, so let's put something on here. I was going to use, look at this, this is lovely, isn't it? Could use a little bit of this. Or I could actually do a little belly band, couldn't I? That would look nice. Should we do that? Let's chop this bit off there. Little belly band. Snip that off. Like that. Oh, I need some 3-in-1. Down through there, top or bottom. I don't think it matters. A little bit more. There. And then put this down here. Let's put this on. And if you use 3-in-1 or Fabri-Tac and it's running out, make sure you sort of like store it upside down, because it's a nightmare otherwise. This is just a little bit too long. I'm going to just snip this down like that. There we go. So we've got a little belly band in here. So that will just go through. That's so pretty. I'm going to leave that because I think you could probably put photographs. Just stick a little photograph on this one and this one. I think that's beautiful. So this one, what shall we do? What have I got in here? Quite liking this little spotty. I love this blue spotty. Should we have a little corner pocket? Should really use up all these little bits and pieces. Corner pocket, just, I think I'm just going to go for the good old diagonal cut, like that. I think. Do we want it a little bit longer? There we go. So then that works really pretty with those roses, doesn't it? Just scrunch it up a little bit. A little bit of ink. And then we can just glue this. There we go. On there. How pretty is that? That's so pretty. Could do with, maybe I'll get a little bit of lace and put down the edges of that. Let me do that because I'll forget otherwise. I'm going to use this. This is so pretty. This is some of my vintage one. I know we're using white in this, but I really do like, let's squash that down. That looked nice coming out there. Or maybe not. To come out just a tiny bit, because we're going to tie row there, and I don't want it to sort of, could have that tiny little bit sticking out, couldn't we? Unless I just have it straight. Or I might just have it so it comes on the inside, because you don't necessarily need to see it on the outside. Let's just run a little bit of this down through here. Like that. Because that looks really pretty, doesn't it? So if I had it the other way, because the middle, because I've made the middle pages bigger, it would wrinkle up your lace on there when you tied it. So let's just snip that off and do the same on this side. Okay, a little bit down through here. Sorry guys, this is going to be a bit of a longer video today. I thought it was going to be a nice quick one. But what it's like when we get crafting, we just keep going, don't we? There we go. Snip it off. Perfect. We are. Do this one. What did I do on that page on this side? Which one was it? Which one was this one? This one. That's the little pocket. Maybe I'll do another little pocket like that on here. Oops, lots of paper everywhere. Let's just tear that down. Make a little notch in this one. There we go. Lovely. There are so many different glues that you can use, but basically majority of the tacky glues are the same. So if you're worried about what glues to get, I do like this Aliens one. It's really, really lovely. It's really good. And the fact that it stands up on its end, oops, always means that your glue is at the tip, which is what I love, because you're not there for hours shaking your glue bottle trying to get the glue out, which is great. Shall I pop another little piece so it matches the other side? Oh, that looks wider. Yes, it is. But generally tacky glues are the same, even if you know, you decanter it into something like this so they're upside down. But the 3-in-1 and the Fabri-Tac are quite expensive. but they are very, very good. I can't get this where I am in Portugal, and I can't get it sent here either. So I have to get mine when I'm in the UK. And I can't have it sent over because we have to pay, the import taxes are just astronomical. It's just ridiculous. So I just wait until I'm in the UK to buy that. So there we go, lovely. Right, we've got this little page. What did I do on that one? Oh, I did a little corner one. Should we do another little corner one? This is, well, we could use this piece then, I think, to put like a little up tuck on there. So it tucks up that way. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to just, don't like that straight bit there. I'm going to just round that off and take that down like that. So we can sort of tuck something up inside like that. Pop that on. Pop that down. So this is something you can just do, you know, in an afternoon. Don't go as quickly as I'm doing it. I just don't want to have you watch a big long video. But you know, take your time in doing bits, but just sort of like cut a little squiggle out of it to tuck something up inside, and you know, different shapes. It just adds little extras to your journal, doesn't it? So I had that one on that side, didn't I? And that one on that side. So should we cut a different shape for this one, because that's the last one, isn't it? Where's this one here? Let's make a different shape. What should we do? Maybe we'll go in like that. That's too deep. Yes, too deep. A little bit too deep. Just got a little wiggle on this one. That's a bit better, isn't it? Right, what should we put this on to? What did we have on that one? We did this one, didn't we? We didn't quite go all the way down. Little butterflies. Oh, that's purple. Maybe I'll go for the spotty again, because I quite like this spotty. Like that, but we need to make sure. Oopsie daisy. Let's cut this down a little bit. Oops, let's go this way. Oh, look at that. That's perfect. So let's put this. Which way should we do on this one? This way. Does that sort of look like the middle? Sort of, doesn't it? We want to make this. There we go. That's one side, and then I'm going to cut this down like this, and then that can be one side and that can be the other side. Not quite sure why that's very level. It's a bit off. Oops, I want to ink this side, don't I? So that one will sit this side, like that, and then we'll have the green on the other side. There we go. Perfect. Oops, a little bit of glue. Just going to put a little dab of glue on that little point. Take this, I've got another one of these little bits in. Oh, actually I'm going to go for a pearl. Look, there's a little pearl in there. Oh, that's pretty. I do love embellishing with pearls because I think they make such a difference. I should have probably done that afterwards. I glued this on, but that's okay. Down. Oops, that wasn't very level, was it? There we go. You're still in the right place. What have we got? Did I have another little pearl in here? Don't think so. I got one of the... Oh, I do have a little pearl. There we go. Let's flip you over. There we go. Let's get a little bit of glue. Pop you right on there. Don't think this is quite in the middle, so when you do it, make sure you've got it sort of in the middle. There we go. Look at that, that's lovely. I do like this. Oh, it's turned out beautiful. Beautiful. Right, let's clear some of this paper out of the way. Pop you there. We're going to put this on first, won't we? It's a little bit straight. Let's give it a bit of a... Let's give a bit of a wrinkle up. Now, the other thing I could probably do, should we just glue it on? Shall I glue it? Let's just glue that. I'm actually going to use just a tiny bit of glue gun to make sure we're on there properly. Stick that down. Just make sure these two are sort of reasonably level. Let's turn this over and do that again. So be careful if you're going to use make a pocket out the back one, and obviously don't stick this all the way through across like that. Lovely. I think I was going to use the white, wasn't I? Or was I going to use the purple? Oh, I can't remember now, guys. Can't remember. We're going to have this over like that. What's that bit doing? Let's move this over so I could probably glue that right to that edge, couldn't I? Going to... Let's just see, where's our little fairy? Look at that. Oh, I love it. Oh, I'm glad I used the purple now. Do you think that will come across? Like that. I know I quite like it like that, actually. Right. Let's just... I'm going to put a bit of glue here. Oops. On there, like that. Let's turn it over. Gonna put that. Might have to just, maybe it just automatically is going to go round like that. I think it is, isn't it? I think it is. I'm going to open this. Oh, that's probably the easier way to do it. Maybe it's not. Maybe I could just... I'm going to just snip this tiny bit off. And then we can just glue a little bit just to here. I don't want to add a load of glue on here because I quite like the fact that it's got movement in it. And then I'm going to just add a little bit like that. Might need to add a little bit there because that's going to come off. I'm going to trim this. I should really use my fabric scissors, not my paper scissors. I'm going to trim that up a tiny bit here. A little bit here. Just a tiny bit. And this can come round. Do I need this? Yeah, it's quite nice, isn't it? This I don't need to glue down because I'm going to glue our little fairy to this. So you can just sit there nicely. And then our little fairy is just going to sit on top. So we've still got these lovely roses here. You can still see them peeking through there. So let's add a little bit of glue onto there. Stick you down. That's in the middle. Oh, I love it. I just think this is so pretty. Isn't that lovely? So that's the middle. We need to dingle dangle something off there, really, don't we? I'm not going to fill it up with anything, guys, because this is quite a long video. But that's the outer page. And just add a little bit more, just a tiny bit here, so it doesn't wibble around too much. On there, like that. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Right, I just need a couple of beads. Just a couple of beads to hang off here. So 2 seconds. Okay, so I've got some little pink ones, but I think I've got these little pearls, which I probably will look better, won't they? Let's put this. Let's just see if I can get one through that hole. Look, I've got all glue all over me. Let's give it a go. Quite sure how big this might take me a minute. I'm going to just put just a tiny bit of glue on here. This one, just to hold those little bits together. There we go. I think I might put 3 on the bigger one and 1 on the smaller one. Like that. So they just sort of need to hang over just a little bit. Like there. Little double knot, or maybe 3. Maybe I should do 3 so they don't fall off. What do you think? Oh no, that's plenty. That's plenty. Let's snip that little bit off. And then I'm going to just put 1 on here. Like that. Oh gosh. Go on, through you go. There we go. And then just make, because this is shorter, it's a little bit harder to make the knot in this one. So I don't want to make it too hard for myself. Where's my needle gone? Let's just take this one, put that in, just pull that down. we go. Pull that through. It's a lot easier to pop a little needle or pin or something in there. Just hold it down and pull it down to where your knot is. There we go. Look, I've just done 2 knots in there. That didn't work. Let's just do one more. So I didn't put three beads on this one because I would never be able to knot it. Oh, come on through into the middle of that. Okay. So look, now I've knotted it so much it doesn't go through the end, but that's okay. Let's just chop that off. So we've got little dingly danglies, which are beautiful. That comes down. Oh, loving it, guys, loving it. So that was a lovely make for a Monday. Let's just pop that together. So that will just tie here like that, coming down. Look how beautiful that is. So guys, this was so simple to do. Really simple. Pop your pieces together. We've got a little pocket there. We've got a little pocket there. These are just little pockets. These bits you can journal on. Oh, just love them. There's a little belly band. Little tuck. Little bit of journaling space. Little pockets. Little up tuck. And then our little tucks at the back with these lovely shaped pockets. And then we've got a little pocket at the back. So beautiful. Let's tie this together like that. Pop that in a little bow. Oh, just love it. I think it's so pretty. There we are. And that's our little journal. So there we go. Fabulous. So okay guys, well thank you so much for joining me. Have a fab rest of the day. Do take care, stay safe, and I will see you soon. Alright guys, bye bye.